up, man? It's your big brother K-Rino. Check it out, man. I know I've been out of pocket for a while. Your boy been busy, but it's all good. Busy is a blessing. Always remember that busy is a blessing. Don't ever complain about being too busy. But here's the deal. Well, unless you're being busy for somebody else, you work for yourself. It's a blessing. But here's what I want to tell y'all, man. We're gonna talk about celebrating your good losses. And I know y'all might be saying, what you mean celebrating good losses? How can a loss be good? If you're fighting somebody or in a competition with somebody, you competing for a particular spot, you trying to get a position, whatever it is, and you lose, you don't look at that as being a good thing. You look at that as being bad because it was something you really, really, really wanted. But that's not what I'm talking about. I'm not talking about that kind of loss. I'm talking about the kind of loss that is really a win once you understand what it is that you have lost. And that comes in the form of people. There are certain people who um, they've never meant you any good. They don't mean you any good, and they never will mean you any good. They are there for whatever purpose suits them, whatever it might be. I don't have time to go into all of the different ways that people try to, get over on you. But at the same token, whenever the day comes, whenever the moment is reached where you finally, when the light bulb pops in on your head and you finally come to the realization that, hey man, this person ain't somebody I need to be involved with. This person ain't somebody that's good for me. And you cut them off, then you should be celebrating that loss. And even when you don't actively cut them off, because some of us, man, just to be real, just be real with you, I'm talking to you right there. Some of us are so gullible for long periods of time that we will never cut the loss. We will never cut that person off. And if something happens to make that person cut you off, you looking at it as a sad thing. You looking at it as the type of loss I was talking about earlier, not understanding that it's really a win. And the only way that you really discover later on that it's a win is when you finally pick up the pieces of yourself and move on. And then you say, man, hold on. I'm in a better place now. I'm dealing with a better situation. I'm in a better situation now. That was a burden on me. That was a heavy weight on me that has now been lifted off of me, even if the person lifted themselves. And you crying to mama, you calling your homeboys and your homegirls and your cousins and telling them about how messed up it was and all that, not realizing that you just won. Because guess what? Here's the funny part. All of them people that you crying and complaining to, they already knew. They already knew that this person wasn't right. It ain't got to be a person. They already knew that job wasn't right. It was bringing you down. They already knew that this situation wasn't right. But they had to let you take your lumps to the head. They had to let you go through it, because even if there was people who was kind of trying to tell you, like, hey man, you'll be better off, whatever. Hey man, you don't really need that. Hey sis, you don't need him. You don't. Them blinders is real. The blinders are real. The things that the heart feel are not always in line with what is best for the mind, the peace of mind in the soul. So it's like food, food that tastes good to you, but it ain't good for you. So that's what the situation is. Those people already knew. So they're celebrating. They definitely are celebrating. They just got to get you to the point where you have put that in the rearview mirror. Now you can celebrate. You can gain some understanding. And then you'll have conversations with them same people, your people, down the line, and y'all will be laughing, and they'll be laughing at you, and you'll be laughing at yourself like, man, yeah, I remember how gone I was over a girl, man. I was tripping with myself, man. Yeah, that was crazy, man. And you can't even believe that you was that messed up behind something or someone that was totally counterproductive to your growth and your betterment. It wasn't working for you. See, a lot of times you don't know how sick you are until you are healed. Like, because the madness becomes normal. We normalize the frustration. We normalize the drama. We normalize the pain and the anger and all that. We normalize it. We normalize the disappointments. And we just feel like, well, hey, that's just what it is, and I guess this is just my life. But nah, once that's removed, then you're like, man. So celebrate the good losses. But in order to celebrate them, you got to recognize them. You got to recognize them. You know, ain't nothing better than having that peace of mind and that freedom, man, to operate. And everything you do after that, everything you do after that, it's more, what's the word? It's more fruitful. It's more productive. It's better in quality because you're now operating from a free mind. You're operating from a mind that's not restricted by any distractions or any problems that you have to keep tending to. You see what I'm saying? You know, but you won't know that until you allow yourself to get there. These folks don't mean you no good. They don't mean you no good. And if you continue to surround yourself with people who don't mean you no good, then me and others will have to question whether or not you mean yourself any good. Alright, man, it's your big brother K-Rino. I'll hit y'all with another one real soon. Much love. Subscribe to the channel and leave a comment just in case I forgot something down below. And hit that like button as usual. Alright then. Peace.